Hey, Ken here. Um, and just got off the phone with a client who is getting their blogging going and struggling to find a way to be consistent. Now, now he hasn't put in the effort yet, but um, he knows himself and he knows that in order to do it, you need to be consistent. And he's thinking, okay, I'll pick a certain time during the week. I'll do these topics, and I need to just get it done. And when I hear that, and I often work with many coaches and their articles, and even for myself, I know that trying to force ourselves into a certain time, do an article like Monday morning 8 a.m. or Friday at 10 a.m. Forcing that time schedule can be tough because it's not easy to be creative. It's not easy to have the brilliant ideas um, at a certain time during the week. What I really find that what I find that really happens is that you're going for a jog, or you just gotten off a call with a client, or you're just vegging out in front of a TV show or something, and the idea comes to mind, something brilliant that you need to share, some wisdom that your clients could make use of, and so that great idea often comes on its own and often away from work time. And often, I know for me, when I go for walks, I often come up with them. Something about walking and being out in nature, just like, I don't know, clears the brain, and then the brilliance comes. But and that's not always at Friday morning at 8 a.m. So how do you take advantage of those ideas? Because when an idea comes, it comes with this great energy, and usually it's a lot of stuff going on at that moment, that it just all the juice is there. So what I found works to be consistent when blogging is to find a way to capture that brilliance when it comes, and not just disappear, or you wrote down the idea and you just never get back to it again, but to capture it a bit more fully, like an audio recording, or write an email to yourself and just start fleshing out some of the ideas. Um, so that's really the first step, is that energy that comes, capture it and put it into some form that you can actually use. Because when you come back to it later on, the energy kind of might have faded, and all the ideas you had with it might have kind of fallen to the wayside. So it's really good just to boom, write down everything about it, what's good about it, all the little notes, details, um, stories, and wisdoms and insights, everything about it. Just capture it right there. Step one is to capture it, capture the energy, and leverage that genius moment. There's an energy behind it that is powerful. So that can come anytime, anywhere, and I like capturing them um, by sending myself an email and writing stuff. I think audio recording is good because the ideas are in your head, and if you could speak it out, you can get it out there, and just aim for just dumping into a recording, uh, dump it out there. So step one, capture it. Now, step two, to be consistent, is you definitely need to take those ideas and flesh them out, expand on them. Then maybe new ideas come. Um, you might delete some stuff. Something might not make sense anymore. So what I suggest you do is, then you have a time in your schedule where you set aside 30 minutes. And I recommend starting with 30 minutes. You may be 20 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever works for you, to just flesh out the ideas. And that'll force you to take the brilliance and make it its, golden nugget, juiciest bit. Um, It'll get more ideas cut out. So basically, 30 minutes to flesh out ideas, cut stuff, add stuff, just flesh it out, so that you give, and 30 minutes will help you, or prevent you from just going too far, too many tangents, too many other things. 30-minute limit on that. You got to remember that our marketing and our efforts need to be good efforts, but they can't just go on. They can't be loose. We have to keep them under some rein so that they get done consistently. It's great to have all these ideas and brilliant things you want to say, but if you don't get it out there, it's not going to serve you or anyone. So we need to put some reins on these steps. First step again was capture the idea when it happens, um, or immediately after it happens, and it could be 15, 10, 15, 20 minutes just talking it out loud. And then the next step is the 30-minute limit on fleshing it out. And you may need 40 minutes, or you may find a different way of doing it works for you. Maybe, I don't know, calling up a friend and talking about it, recording the conversation may be better. People have different ways, but again, capture it and then 30 minutes of fleshing it out. And then after fleshing it out, I recommend putting it down and then coming back to it for another 30 minutes to organize it and put it into a good format, just like a good movie has a flow. It's like introduce the characters and themes and setting, and then build up, and then the antagonist, and then and then the resolution, and then ending. So movies have their and books have their format. A good article, especially for a coach who's trying to help people overcome challenges, there's a good format for those kinds of articles. I'll put a link below to my blog format that I like using. But again, that third step is 30 minutes to organize it, your idea, organize what you fleshed out into an article, and it has a certain flow to it. Again, those three steps: capture the brilliance when it happens, and I like recording it because you can tell a lot and just get it all out. But an email to yourself could work too if you could type fast or write fast on your phone. Two, flesh out the ideas, but keep a time limit on it so you don't go overboard or go too nuts on it. And then three, again, at a separate time, come back and then organize it into a good format, usable. You know, uh, and I got a little link to the article for that. You might come up with your own style and formatting, and you'll have your own voice and things you want to put in your articles, but it should have a format that people can engage with. Usually, that means being simple and logical, but doesn't mean it can't be exciting and insightful and very deep with good wisdom. So yeah, those are to be consistent. You should take advantage of the energy and the brilliant ideas when they come, and not try to force it. That immediate capture, try not to force that into some time and day of the week, um, unless you work well that way. People work in different ways, but I like keeping it to a simple three-step process so that you get it done consistently and it gets out there and it makes it useful that you can actually share it and get traffic and get potential new clients and grow your coaching business. I think there were a couple of things I wanted to say about this. So let me just give myself a moment to see what surfaces. But yeah, that's the three-step process, and you'll end up tweaking it to your own style. You have different styles as long as you're um, getting that brilliance and getting it out there and making sure that it's something that relates to the people you're serving. I think you'll do well. Okay. Um, that's it for this video. Get consistent, ride that energy of ideas, and until next time.